How are we doing? Okay. Let me move you guys a little bit. So, I'm here smoking this 7 alley here that I can never remember, the 673, I'm guessing. With some bald-headed teacher by Fernoggins. And that this blend made me think of something. Made me think of the different types of ways to like tobacco. So it's your personality in liking tobacco. For example, me. Okay, I I like try different things. I like I like to never smoke the same thing during the day. I want to be able to open a tin and make that last very long because I'm smoking several tins at the same time, and that what keeps me going to tobacco. As far as tobacco go, because I think that's the whole. That's where the mojo comes from. So, but a lot of people, in parentheses, that makes kind of a complicated life because I need to have like a bunch of jars, and there's some money involved in there, and that could be kind of a complicated thing. And some people see pipe smoking as the most uncomplicated thing that they want to do. They just want to don't have to think about it. Just grab a pipe and dip inside the tub of the ODC that they like, and that's it. That's what they like, and that's completely fine. And it's so interesting how our personalities and what we expect from the hobby come into play to decide what type of stuff we're gonna smoke. I know people that smoke for 40 years and they have only tried 4 different blends and they're all OTCs. They're not even interested in trying other things, and there's nothing wrong with that because for them that's what pipe smoking is. That's how they achieve their goals in pipe smoking, and their relaxation and the fun that they have comes from that. Comes from not being a complicated thing, being an easy thing. So, and I just wanted to talk about this because sometimes, like, I've been reading some comments and some stuff on forums, and sometimes people say like, "Oh, you have never tried Scudo?" You know what I mean? Who cares? It's just for us to enjoy it, and if it's easy to find information about there. Just Google pipe tobacco, and all the pipe sellers come in your screen, and you just click away, and you find a million tobaccos. You know what I mean? And I also want to talk about a little bit about B&Ms. Sometimes I think the reason why we engage in those types of communities in forums and on YouTube is because the smaller local communities kind of disappear because it's so hard nowadays to keep a B&M open. When I hear like older guys talking about how they went to buy their favorite blends, or they just went for a smoke during the weekend, they would go there and they would sit there for as long as they could and enjoy a couple pipes there and meet some new people and talk and get some new information about their hobbies, and talk about the weather, and or sometimes just be in silence and enjoying a pipe. And that in a way created a sense of community, like the circle of friends that all did the same thing together, they had that thing in common. And maybe because of the B&Ms, like, it's so hard to keep one of them open, because of all the taxes and all. You never know what the government's gonna do tomorrow. They might sanction everything, and you know you start to pay. The prices get so ridiculous that no one wants to pay anymore. So you have to think about that how much that convenience of ordering online is costing us in a way, you know. It's easy, it's way cheaper to just go on smokingpipes.com, load your card, press a couple buttons and PayPal thing, and you don't, shit is in your door. And I try to support my B&Ms. I try to go to Paredes and buy their blends. I can, you know, guys heard me talking about What City Cigar a million times. I try to enjoy the blends. I try to, when I have time, to go and talk to them, because I think it's a good thing to do. You know, I think keep those circles and those options and those business open, because they're important. They are like the fathers of this. You know, Paredes is 180, sell I don't know 150 years old, 200 years old, something like insane, and it would be horrible to lose, like, you know, that kind of a tradition with them. So I don't know. I just think that we almost always end up paying some other way, you know, for the convenience and for the price. You lose your local community, you know. How many of us do not know anyone in a 100-mile radius that do not smoke a pipe? How many of us? Me, would, you know, we have a couple of Bostonians here that they have YouTube channels, but I never met them here. And I would never know about them. If there were more B&Ms, you know, there going to be there would be a bigger chance for us to, you know, to meet and to have a pipe and discuss stuff. I know, it's just my idea, you know. So that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you in the next one. And I'm gonna keep smoking this very nice blend. Bye bye.